Are you ready to take control of your life and join a community of like-minded women who are on a mission to live their best lives too? Healthier, happier, and wealthier? Then get ready to find the support and motivation you need to pursue your passions and goals. Get ready to develop the courage to step out of your comfort zone and try new things. Join the My Best Life Tribe membership today and unlock a world of opportunities, empowerment, and sisterhood. Our exclusive community offers courses, collaborations, workshops, events, and so much more. Don't wait any longer to start living your best life. Visit our website, www.drstemmy.com, and become a part of something truly special. My Best Life Tribe, where women thrive together. www.drstemmy.com. Welcome to the DrStem Show and Podcast, your go-to source for empowerment, inspiration, encouragement, and education. Join us as we interview insightful, encouraging experts, thought leaders, and everyday heroes who will ignite your passion, expand your horizons, and motivate you to reach new heights in your personal, professional, and business life. Get ready to be empowered, uplifted, and educated as we explore the keys to success, personal growth, and well-being. Are you ready to embark on a journey of transformation? Because here, we believe that knowledge is power, and together, we can conquer any challenge and achieve greatness. The DrStem Show and Podcast, empowering minds, inspiring hearts, and changing lives. And now, here she is, Dr. Stem.
All right. Good afternoon, good evening, and hello, wherever you've been listening or watching this podcast today. I am very, very excited because I have a long-time colleague and friend with me today, Mr. Eli Blyden, right? Is it Blyden?
Yes.
Blyden.
Blyden. Like the captain.
Welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here. It has been a long time. You have written so many books. I'm so excited and so proud of you. I celebrate your giving spirit and your love for people. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So just in case you're wondering why he starts off by talking about the books that I have published, which are now 49 or 48, somewhere there, but I'm about to surpass the 50 mark, right? So the reason why he's doing that is because we call him the book guy, which I think we should change it, because when I started working with him, which is nearly 20 years ago, he was the book guy, Eli the book guy. And I see he's a man, grown man now. And I'm sure as we talk, we're going to talk about it. He's probably got a family that are grown boys or grown girls now, because he's no longer the guy, but he was the book guy. So he still is an expert in publishing your books. And that's what we're going to be talking about today. So I think with that, we're going to want to know a little bit about you, including how you now have grown also into a man, because I'm sure you have a family by now. I can't remember when I met you 20 years ago. If you had a family, we didn't talk about it.
Right. It was so we were going almost at the speed of light back then, right? No time to slow down, and we was just going. And so, but yes, I have a family now. My 3 boys, 22. No, pardon me. Don't tell them I forgot their 24 and 26.
Well, you look 26 yourself, or 24.
Well, thank you. Well, look at all that. I developed.
You have a
really cool silver strings.
Oh, wow.
Silver strings, I think, makes my head look a little cool. So, so those boys are my wife.
Yes.
I still live in Florida, but I moved from Tampa to St. Petersburg because, oh my God, have you been here lately? It has changed. It's so beautiful. You gotta come and visit.
Oh, wow.
It was voted
Yes.
the best place, one of the best places to visit for the past 3 years. I'm not sure about this year, but yeah. And I have, let's see, I've worked since then. I've worked on hundreds of books and connected with hundreds of authors. That is something that I set out to do. I set out to 20 years ago. I was working at a book publishing company.
Okay.
As a pre-press manager, and I just wasn't satisfied. I didn't feel like I was fulfilling my life's purpose and meaning, passion, So I fasted and prayed for 7 days. And after that 7th day, no food, just water, I got one word, and that word was give. And after that word, I sat down and ate. And I said, man, this crap doesn't work, And then I started reading. I forgot what I was reading, the Bible or Quran or another holy book. And I realized, I said, you know what? I gotta trust the process. So let me trust this process. I got the word give. Let me start giving. And that's what I did. I started giving. And one day I gave to a 92-year-old lady who got ripped off from a publisher who thought he knew what he was doing, maybe good intentions. And then I did her book cover and formatting for free. I didn't charge her. It was my giving. And she sent a letter back saying, this was the last thing that I wanted to do before I died, just something for my family, a legacy. Yeah. And this letter made me feel so very good. But not only that, she sent a check and she said, I didn't expect the book to sell, but it's selling. So here's a check. And I said,
wow.
That's why I was told to give.
Yeah.
And I now realize, and I use it as a practice, give. Don't, most of us, we feel, hey, I want to be rich or I want to do this. Well, I'll just take and keep on taking and hold everything for myself. But that's not how currency works. Currency has to flow, And so I find myself rich in connection and rich in experience and rich. And I'm able to do the book covers. That's one of my passion, my art and my craft. And I will not give that away. That's something that I'm passionate about. Yeah. But God, universe, source, whatever you call that divine being, she is such a magnificent whatever you believe. But it's such a great and glorious energy that has allowed me to be sort of the conduit, or the handmaid, there to help the process of delivery of something that he has put inside of our head. And that person has decided to write it down. And here I am to deliver that and bring forth this book that is most people's babies. I mean, they're precious. They're like a baby, and I'm just here to deliver it.
It's interesting that you mentioned that it's babies, because as you're talking, I'm thinking, he actually does the work. When babies during pregnancy, you have those people that help out with the birthing process, right? So that's what you do. You help with the birthing process of books. When you have a book,
Yes. Yes, I love it.
So it's interesting because, Mr. Eli and myself, we go way back. When I first started writing, and we were talking about this prior to us, doing the interview, and I said, oh my goodness, it's been over 20 years now since, I wrote my first book. So when you go on Amazon and you look at my first books, which are The Power of Prayer, It's Time to Shift from Fear to Faith, and Finding Your True Self, I remember that. And the teenage books that are there, the first teenage books were like the 47 and a half things that every parent should know about their teens, and 47 and a half things that teens should know about their parents. He did those covers, and he also did the editing inside, which is a lot of work when you really think about it, because then I didn't know anything about formatting. I didn't know anything about, that you need someone to do the covers, So when I first started, people were actually having one person doing the covers, and then another person will do the formatting, for the inside. And then I, linked up with him. I cannot remember what conference I went to, and somebody mentioned your name, and that's how names go. And then you get this, and they said, you know what? I've worked with this guy. So then I said, well, hey, if he could do the formatting and the pages, let me and the covers, let me go ahead and hire that. So I'm saying that for all of you that will be watching this interview, it's one of those things where he's talking about giving. I'm also giving back and making sure that you all know that there is a service where I started off. Right now, he is a consultant with us, for my other books that I'm publishing, because now I have an in-house team that works within the company. But then whenever we need, excess work and everything, he's still part of our staff that we contract with. So for those of you that, want your book published, we called this and entitled this Publish Your Book. So there are no more excuses. This 2024, publish your book, right?
That's right. That's right. And I also want to just say something about you. I should say I'm so grateful for your support back then, when I was a starving artist and had no idea where I was going. You were there with your books, and with the words that God has given you. And thank you for following through, and thank you for your support.
Anytime. So, so a lot of people, right, they want to know, how long does a process of publishing a book, how long does it take? Do you have any words or examples of,
Sure.
that?
So I got to say,
Yeah.
It's relative.
Okay.
However, I would give a couple of keys to make that a little more palatable, a little more clear. Two, actually. One, I started writing my book many years ago. However, I had a roadblock. Most of us have roadblocks. I'll tell you what my roadblock was: myself. It was fear. I didn't want people to judge. I was unsure, all of this, and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
So it can really, I should say, after you get over that, after you get over whatever hurdle,
Mm-hmm.
whatever journey, whatever mountain that you have to climb, it can take anywhere from 1 month, believe it or not, if, we've done it really fast, like you and I,
Yes.
to 3 months. It really just depends on how fast or slow you want to go.
Yeah.
After that point. But first, as they say, get over yourself.
I know. One of the things that I forgot to, also prior to the interview when we were talking, have you also included in your services now, where do you help people actually upload their books onto Amazon and all the other publishing? Do you also do that service? Because I
do.
Oh.
I do, yeah.
Wow.
From concept to distribution, marketing, and advertising as well. Yes, I do.
That is
Amazon, Barnes and Nobles, Ingram.
Yes. Yes.
And also, what I love to do is I love to get into the mind, the heart, and the soul of the author, because I believe every book is a key. And so I want to know, what door do you want to open with this key? And that helps me. That helps me. That helps us to design,
Yes.
to develop, and distribute this product. Because after all is said, it is a product, marketable, sellable, and necessary. Every book is necessary as well.
Yeah.
We need you. We need every author out there.
Yeah. And then there are those people that say, to be honest with you, I don't even know if I can write a whole book, but I've got all these ideas that, I want to put into a book and I don't know where to start. Do you also have a team that can go in with someone that says, I know I do, but I probably don't know how to finish a whole book, but I've had these ideas that I have. Do you have a process where they can go through with you, at least to put it together, and you can help them, birth this child that is within them?
Absolutely. Absolutely. It is one of my guilty pleasures. I indulge working with first-time authors and persons with the seed in their head and fire in their heart, and you just gotta get it out. That is something that I really enjoy doing. It's a process that, much like seeing a child read for the first seeing a child read for the first time, and then watching them grow, and now they're reading to their mom and dad, or to their class. Seeing that spark, that's, oh my God, it's better than Jolly Ranchers. I'll tell you that.
Ladies, are you ready to feel more relaxed and enjoy a more balanced life? Have you noticed how little we make time for our own self-care? How, as women, we are constantly exhausted, mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually. As women, we often sacrifice so much: our health, happiness, desires, and our own dreams as we raise children, build careers, lead teams, grow our businesses, and support everyone else. Introducing the uplifting and transforming monthly Women's Self-Care Success Virtual Workshops. A chance to simplify, redefine, and prioritize what we need to feel better so that we can finally show up as our best selves. If you are ready to prioritize self-care and increase your mental, emotional, and physical health, your finances, and your success in life, then we are inviting you to join our weekly virtual self-care success workshops in the DrStem Empowerment Academy at www.drstemmy.com. Self-care is self-love. Success is for all. This is your time. Attend live or watch the replay at your convenience. Together, we uplift and empower each other to thrive. Don't wait any longer. Register at www.drstemmy.com.
Seeing a child read for the first time, and then watching them grow, and now they're reading to their mom and dad, or to their class. Seeing that spark, that's, oh my God, it's better than Jolly Ranchers. I'll tell you that.
Oh, that's awesome. So, I mean, with 20 years of experience, I'm sure you've got some authors that are unforgettable. Like you say, the 90-year-old, gentleman that you had, that could be one of the stories. Do you have other stories of also maybe authors that were timid, or maybe authors that, came in and didn't believe that they actually did it when you have them out? I don't know.
Really? I have one author,
Yeah.
two, but one author really quick. She was from, I think, Zimbabwe,
Yeah.
and many people who come to America, they have a dream, they have a vision. And this young lady was so persistent that she has now written or helped to publish over 49 books. Now, that is to say that wherever you are, if you're in Pakistan, if you're wherever you are, if you have a dream, especially now, with the tools that we have, you can do whatever you want to do. Take as example this young lady sitting before you with the wonderful background, and look at her jewelry, see the smile. That's the lady that I'm talking about. Now I have another one real quick. His name is Alistair McCall.
Okay.
And he initially came to meet with me in Tampa Bay, and he had no idea what he was doing. All of the I shouldn't say that. He had no idea how to publish, but he knew that he wanted to transition from being a what's the word, a coach, into being an entrepreneur, consultant, and such. He wanted to retire. He wanted to, after a while, you can't run around as fast or bounce or whatever you do. So that transition has led him to he and I to write over. Let's see. Here's one of his books on purpose. From purpose to impact, or something like that. It's covered. Anyway, that is to say also that even though you don't know where it's going to take you, follow your dreams. Follow what you know is right. You may not see that step before you, but sometimes you just got to take it and trust that it will be that whatever you need will be provided for you.
Yes.
We're here to provide a service, a guaranteed service, a quality service, an inspirational service, of book publishing, self-publishing.
Yes. Yes.
So
I'm telling you, the best part of your work is when one gets to hold that book and you're like, oh my goodness, this really happened. And so it truly is a guaranteed work that, when somebody comes to work with you, you're guaranteed to have the baby. Sometimes people get pregnant and then they, it's not guaranteed, but yours is guaranteed. It's going to be published.
Absolutely.
You're holding the baby,
I would not let them quit.
Yeah.
There are many that I meet that they're used to that quitting. They will find something to sabotage. No.
No sabotage.
Oh no, I am not going to let them quit. Yeah. Oh no. You're having this baby.
Yeah, whether you like it or not. Yeah. So I think you will agree with me as well, right? Book writing and book publishing, as you mentioned, it's gotten easier throughout the years because of the services like the ones that you all provide, where you are able to guide someone to be able to tell their story with the editing that you do, and the proofreading that you also do, which is another service that is there that you can, because there are people that will say, I write, but my English, I don't know, because even for me, my English is not that well. I've perfected it a little throughout the years. It wasn't that bad.
Great. You sound great. Absolutely.
Yeah, but you were able to also go through and proofread, some of that and make the corrections as needed, which is something that, a lot of people, is a service that you might be holding you back and saying, you know what, I don't know if my English is good. So what he's able to do with his team is to proofread, what you've written and make it more sense, and then bring it back to you and say, listen, we have rewritten this part here and corrected this part. Read it again so that it makes sense and it relays the message that you want, and then you say yes, or you say no, I want to keep it this way, that's on you, because remember now, that's your product. But they will be able to, at least, for those that say, I need someone to proofread, I need someone to guide me through this. That's what I appreciated, working with you, that you were able to do that guidance, at the beginning when I was, first started writing.
But thank you. Yes, I always say, just write.
Yes.
Yeah. Most of us, we get hung up on, oh, well, I don't, it just doesn't sound right, or the period here, or the dash there, or comma. Don't worry about any of that. The main thing is to get it out of you.
Yeah.
Get it all out. And then we'll piece it all together for you. We'll help you to develop it. But just, if there is one piece of advice that I can give, it would say, just get it out of you, because many millions of people have gone to the grave with it still inside of them.
And we don't want that. So, I love it that we have more people also having the courage to write books. And many of the books that we are reading, here's the unique thing about life, right? We are created equal to God, but then we are also created very differently. So the way that we have been able to maneuver life and live our lives, each of us has a lesson to teach. We have a lesson that we have learned. We also have a way that we have struggled and maybe continuing to struggle with it, right? So you don't always have to write about the things that you have overcome. You can also write about the things that you're still continuing to struggle with, so that other people that are in that same space or same place in life can relate to you, and maybe at that point, get together with you, because now you have found a following and you've found people. So I really want to encourage people to write. And people always ask me, Mr. Eli, and said, why do you continue to write like that? It's almost like I don't want, like you mentioned, the grave. I don't want to go to my grave with anything in me of any lesson that I have learned, anything that I want to share with the people. I'm a mental health professional. I'm a life and career coach as well as business coach. Anything that I have coached and talked about in those sessions, and people are like, oh, I didn't know about that. Oh, that was helpful. You won't find it in one of my books or all of them, somewhere, somehow, because then I'm not going to go with it, because people are not able to come to me and coach with me. So I do write the books so that, again, I can reach the people and give the same information that I can give, in individual coaching and counseling, which is much better. Once you read the book, come with yours, because then, yes, you can relate to what's in there, but your story is your story, and your life is your life. Your footprint is your footprint. But every one of us needs to leave a footprint, which is in book form. Write a book about it, right?
Absolutely. I think what you have said a mouthful, because there's so many of us that say, well, my input doesn't matter, or my few words won't matter, But if it touches one person,
that's it.
I believe that we are on this little green and blue ball. I believe that we are just one body, one system, one cell, if you will, in the universe. Just one cell. And if you look at it like that, as one cell, one body, or Earth, each of those white blood cells are needed. Each of those red blood cells, eyeball blood cell, cell, whatever cell you are, you're needed. If you're a heart cell, if you're writing about healing, or you're writing about how I got over anxiety, or my mental depression, whatever it is, someone needs that.
Yeah.
And it's our duty, it's our responsibility to share. However you share, if you're called to write a book, you can have your phone handy and speak right in and record your book that way. You can handwrite it. You can have a translator or interpreter or what have you. Just get it out. Just get it out. We need it.
Do you guys have that service though? If somebody records it, that they can give you the recording and you can transcribe it?
Yes.
You do
Yes,
that?
oh, yes.
Oh, okay. Okay. Oh man, everybody should write a book then. Because
And
it's so much, yeah, it's so much easier. And yeah.
Hopefully one day we'll be able to just put what is it, the thing that Spock does, just do the hand thing on your head, and then we'll get all of the information. Like, okay, you can go. We'll take care of it. We'll have the book on your desk in 5 days.
No, seriously though, it means it's much easier to write the books because now you don't even have to, just write it out. You also can write it in your notes on your phone. Type it out in your notes on your phone, and then you copy and paste all of that in the email and say, Mr. Eli, here is my information. Then he will sort it out for you. And before you know it, you've got chapter 1, chapter 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And he says, oh, this one here, you can actually make it into a chapter. Can you expand on this here? And then, give you questions that you can answer. I mean, before you know it, you literally have a book. I'm telling
That's
you.
right.
Yeah, so I'm going to challenge people this year to write a book.
I have a question for you.
Okay. Sure.
What do you find is the most challenging thing as an author? First,
To
for
be
yourself,
honest,
challenging thing with writing.
Yeah. So the most challenge. So for me, I'm a talker and I'm also a writer. So coming up with ideas, putting things down on paper, not a problem at all. It's the sorting it out. You see how I just say to people, write it all out, take the notes and give him the notes and say, hey, this is what I came up with, but I want to write it in a book, but I don't know. I can do this here. That's where my struggle is, where I can write in my notes. I'm like literally every time I have over 5,000 notes right now. So I need to go through them and take out some stuff and send them out again to be sorted, right? So I write all of that. And then it's like, okay, I know this can be a book. Where can chapter 1 begin and end and all of that? I get a headache trying to just think about that. Whereas I've noticed that people like yourself now can take all of that, read it all through, and you can say, you know what, this part here can be the introduction. So we'll move this and put it in this section. This part here can come in the middle. And I'm like, okay, I can't do that. That's my struggle right there. And I know for a lot of people, that's the thing. We've got a book in us. I want to write it. But then if I write this here and this part here, what do I even say or expand on it? And I've noticed that you can come up with questions and say, okay, just reading this paragraph that you wrote, here are questions that I have, just like you just did just now, right? And say, here are some of the questions I have. Can you tell me this and can you answer this? And when you answer those, you got a whole 2-3 pages. That's a chapter.
Isn't that something? That's right. And that's why a great team is so important. Because just I keep referring to the body, but the hand can do what the ear can do, and neither is it expected. So developing a good quality team is so crucial to the success of a project.
Yeah. Nobody has ever done that. I'm always asking the questions and nobody has ever stopped and said, let me ask you a question. Only you. I'm like, oh, snap. I didn't prepare for no questions.
Well, thank you.
So that was brilliant.
That will help so many people, because the majority of the people that I meet that want to publish a book and they say, okay, I'm going to self-publish it, most think that they need to do everything themselves. But the reality is self-publishing just means that you are responsible for every aspect. Just like a CEO is responsible for every aspect in the company, but he or she doesn't do everything, every job in the company.
That's very true.
self-publishing just means that you're the CEO
That's
of your book, your product.
So one of the questions that I wanted to ask you is, there are 90% of people that say, I don't know where to start. I want to write a book, but I don't know where to start. Do you have like an outline or something that you can give people a free outline to say, hey, you want to start a book? Start with this part and then we'll help you with the rest.
Absolutely. Yes, I do. So that outline you can find on my website, elithebookguy.com. That's ELI, thebookguy.com. And you'll find a whole host of great information on there. But if you would go to the contact me or free gift, you'll see some information on there.
Okay. Okay. And what we're going to do for all of you that are watching this, we do have all those links as well, wherever you're going to be seeing this show. You will also have all the links right underneath it in the comments area. Look out for those links, and all you do is just click and get those freebies that he's talking about on his website. You and I can talk forever.
That's true. That's true.
So in ending, I just want you to just, say to my fellow authors out there or prospective authors out there, a short message, and, they will get in touch with you, how to get in touch with you, and any words that you might have for them.
Gotcha. I'm on line in reference to social media, Instagram and Facebook, Eli the Book Guy, and Google. You can Google me. I would recommend going to my website as well, elithebookguy.com. And also, if you're having just one quick tip, if you're having issues with courage or some sort of trauma that you're trying to get over, or something that's holding you back from writing this book, I recommend taking a look at Dr. Stem's collection. Because let me tell you, I with every book that I read, I should say every book that I work with, I read a little bit of it, and there are some jewels that I have used throughout the years from reading her book. I hope that it will do the same for you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And all of my books, it's about building confidence and self-esteem, overcoming fear. So, that's the theme in all of those books. So thank you for pointing that out. All right, Mr. Eli, we're going to do this again. And you know what? One of the things that I think you and I will plan on, maybe we will do some book signings of the books that you designed, the covers and everything.
Ooh.
And people will be able to attend and see also the designer and the person that helped me with those publishing. So we will talk and collaborate more.
Like that.
Thank you again for coming to the show today.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. And for everyone else, thank you for watching the DrStem Show. And as I always say, be encouraged.
Thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of the DrStem Show and Podcast. If you're enjoying the show, please feel free to rate, subscribe, leave a review, hit that like button. You know what to do. Any and all efforts help us empower, uplift, and educate others, and we greatly appreciate that effort. For more information about your host and for more resources, you can visit her website, drstemmy.com. That's drstemmy.com. Once again, thank you so much for listening, and we hope you'll join us again on the next episode of the DrStem Show and Podcast, your go-to source for empowerment, inspiration, encouragement, and education. We'll catch you next time.